Hi ladies, Ali here from Clear Skin and Wellbeing. So today I thought I would do some face tapping, something a little bit different to what I had planned, mainly because my face today feels very dry. It just feels very yucky. You know when you get those days when you just feel drained, quite tired, from whatever reason. It could be late night out, it could be time of month, anything. But I just feel today I need to just revitalise my skin, if you like. So I thought we'd do some face tapping. But before I do, if you haven't subscribed before, please subscribe and also please like. Right, so face tapping. As I say, today I was going to show you some products, but I think if you keep layering on trying different products all the time, it can affect your face and its natural bacteria. So I thought I'd leave off it for a couple of days, just keep to my normal routine of basics. But today I thought I'd do some face tapping. Now, what I've done and would highly recommend when you do face tap is, first of all, wash your face very thoroughly. Obviously not too much. I mean, I've just washed my face with my usual cleanser, a lovely calming cream cleanser, and I did use a Foreo just to get rid of any little dead skin cells, because I felt my face was looking quite, I don't know, I wouldn't say dead, but kind of dry, and it just doesn't seem vibrant. So I thought it's time to get some of that lymph moving around, get some face tapping going, and just revitalise the skin. So what I'm going to do first is tie my hair back. So I just get my hairbands here. Actually, I'm going to use a crocodile clip here. So there we go. Kind of look kind of crazy. So hair's all out the way. Now, I did dye my eyelashes and my eyebrows this morning, and I just put a tiny little bit of something on my lips because I nothing worse than dry lips. So that's all, but I'm completely washed, no makeup on, and I'm all ready for my face tapping. Now, when you do face tapping, it's really important to put some form of oil or slip on your face. You can do it without anything, but it's quite good if you're going to do it, put something on which you kind of multitask. And for me, I would always, as I'm always demonstrating and showing, is using my organic rosehip oil. So at least then you could call it the natural retinol if you like, because it contains vitamin A. So by putting on the rosehip oil, you're allowing a little bit of slip, but also it's going to work slightly into the skin and help plump the skin, and also help keep it moisturized. So when you get some oil, I mean, as I say, if you haven't got rose oil, something like, you could even use olive oil. You don't want too much, don't want it too greasy, but just a couple of drops. There we go. Now just rub that in, get that nice and warm, and then just apply on the face, and also not forgetting the neck. Now I love doing face tapping and any sort of form of using a massaging technique, because it does make the face feel so much better afterwards. And there's nothing, if you're stressed, or if you've got a stressed face, stressed skin, that's when you're likely to come out in spots or hives, or get any inflammation. So it's really good to kind of feel like you're rebalancing everything. And it's nice to also have some quiet time. So once you've nicely put on everything, all your oil, I mean, as I say, there's various different oils out there. I do like to use an organic oil, and for me, a organic rosehip oil is probably the best. Right, there we go. I can feel that my skin feels better already since I've washed it and used the Foreo, and also, which let me just show you. If you don't know what a Foreo is, one of these, which if you look on one of my other YouTube videos, if you don't know how to use one, I do have a video on that. So I've used that, and I've got my rosehip oil on. So what I like to do first, before I start my tapping, is I do like to just slightly massage and warm the face through, almost, if you like. And now with the lymph is on the it's quite close to the surface of your skin, your lymph. It's quite, you don't need to work too hard. You don't want to be massaging in too hard and crushing anything. You just want to just be slightly just moving it around just a little bit and move it away from the face. I just like to wake up my skin slightly before I start to tap. Around the eyes, you can go very carefully. Again, I do have other videos on how to do facial massage. This helps with the fine lines and wrinkles, particularly with the vitamin A rosehip oil. I just like to just work it through a bit. Now, if you've had a bit of a cold or a slight infection, you know, just working these points we're going to be tapping and moving across and relieving it out of the system really can make a difference. Right, I don't want to do too much, just a little work, just a small, just get it sort of kind of all feeling good, and also making sure that rosehip oil is all nicely dispersed throughout. Don't forget to do above here. I tend to get lots of lines around here. Right, so I think I'm kind of ready for my tapping session. Now, you can start wherever you like on your tapping, but I tend to start on my face. I tend to start low here. I work my way up, then I work my way down, then I go onto my neck, and then I release any toxins throughout the body for elimination, if you like. So what I'll do first, you can use whatever fingers you like. You can use all of these. I mean, when you're doing this part, for instance, you could just do all that, you know, so you're really working lots. As you can see, the lymph already sort of moving around. So I would start here. So let's just do a few little bits, a few taps here. Just waking up the system. You don't need to tap hard, as I say, because it's, you know, you're tapping, you could almost say, you know, your lymph. You can do both sides, you can do one side at a time. I quite like to do both sides. Depends how much time you have. I quite like to do this in the evening as well. When I'm in bed, could be my last thing. Once I put my retinol on and, you know, it's all settled in, and, you know, last thing at night, just 1 or 2 drops of my oil, and then I can just sort of sit in bed, just slightly tapping my face. I'll just tap it up and down, just get everything going. Right, okay, so it just feels nice. So first of all, let's just tap sort of this area, sort of to help all the sinuses, and you may start to feel like you use a couple of fingers here. You don't need too much. Just on there. And then just gently work all the way down the line of the nose. Now this is where, if you have had a cold, you might start wanting to sneeze or swallow. It's just starting to release everything. And then to work, I'll just use a couple more fingers sort of under the lymph, just under here, under the cheekbones. See it all working. I want to swallow now. I'd like to do that again. You can go as many times as you like. As I say, depending on how long you've got. Just right in there. And then again. Along, right up to there. Let's just do here. Now if you've got bags under the eyes or any dark circles, this really helps. You don't want to go too high up, just onto the bone or just under. Just gently tapping. By doing this, you're actually calming your nervous system. So it's a good one if you're tired, or even if you're just a bit stressed. Just take a few deep breaths and then just do some tapping. and then work up to the third eye. And so you don't want to go too much, you could work all up going along. To whichever you feel sort of comfortable. Work along here now. So moving across over to the ears. A couple of years ago I did actually take a course in in the emotional freedom technique, EFT, which again it's tapping and calming you down, say perhaps on if you're stressed, or it just calms down the system. And if your system's calmed down, as I say, it does reflect in your skin and also your hair and your nails and all your body. Makes such a difference. And then coming along here, I'm going to just go along here, keep tapping along, working my way out onto those lymph nodes just behind the ear. And under here. And just tap down there. Then you can tap along here. Do one hand at a time on this area. Again, I will tap going up to the ear. Yeah, when you do tap along the neck, if you can work up, and so work your way to the ear, and at the very end, release it from the back of the neck. I'll show you that in a second. So now use this side, tap along, visit along to the ear. Again, you may want to swallow because you're kind of activating everything and you're sort of moving everything along, all those toxins, if you like, from your face and neck. Any build up, you may end up with a slightly clearer head after this as well. Great if you're feeling slightly heady, have a headache. Okay, maybe work up here. I never like to go too much here on the larynx. Just slip it up there and work our way along. And then along here. You could tap along the back of the neck. And at the very end, I just like to give a little massage behind my ears, as when I do any facial work, and then just work it from behind the neck, as in my previous videos, just to release any toxins, any of that toxin lymph. And then when you get down to here, your décolleté, gosh, I want to sneeze now. Just give a few pumps just to release all of that. And just go again. Just go down slightly. So there we are. How to do tapping on your face. Obviously you can do your own variations. As I say, I like to start from here, work up, come back down again, finish off on the neck, and then have a release of toxins to then release throughout the body. So I hope you enjoyed this one. It's slightly different, not a product review, but just something you can easily do at home to help your skin and actually just make you sit down for a few moments and just take stock and calm down the system. And highly recommend it if you've never done it before. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, if you haven't subscribed before, please subscribe, and also please like. Okay, bye.